Our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Governor of Kerala, Shri Arif Muhammad Khan has arrived at the venue. Please give him a big hand. I request all of you to rise for the national anthem. National anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you everyone. On behalf of Central University of Kerala, we welcome Honorable Governor of Kerala. देश भर में हुनर दिखाने का सुनहरा मौका ज्ञानोत्सव नई शिक्षा नीति के कार्यान्वयन के तहत देश के कुलपतियों, निदेशकों, शिक्षाविदों, शिक्षण संस्थानों के प्रमुखों एवं छात्रों का शिक्षा महाकुंभ शिक्षा संस्कृति उत्थान न्यास द्वारा प्रत्येक प्रांत अपने स्तर पर ज्ञानोत्सव का आयोजन करता है। ज्ञानोत्सव का आयोजन विश्वविद्यालय, महाविद्यालय या स्कूल में भी आयोजित की जा सकती है। इसका उद्देश्य शिक्षा से आत्मनिर्भर भारत है। केरल केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय के शिक्षा विभाग तथा विद्याभ्यास विकास केंद्र के तत्वावधान में प्रस्तुत ज्ञानोत्सव 2023 कार्यक्रम आयोजित है। शिक्षा के इस महाकुंभ ज्ञानोत्सव 2023 के उद्घाटन सत्र में आप सभी का केरल केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय हार्दिक स्वागत करता है। A very warm good morning to invited guests, deans, statutory officer, head of the departments, all faculty members, CUK staff, students, and all the participants of the education conclave. Now, may I call upon Professor Amritji Kumar, Dean Academics and Advisor Organizing Committee to deliver the welcome speech. Professor Amritji Kumar.
Most respected Honorable Governor of Kerala, Sri Arif Muhammad Khan ji, respected Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kerala, Professor Venkateshwarlu ji, respected Director NIT Calicut, Professor Prasad Krishna ji, AICT Vice Chairman Sri Ajay Jarai ji, Sri A. Vinod, Member of National Monitoring Committee of SC, ST and Minority Education, Sri Santosh Kumaran, Deputy Commissioner, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Sri Indu Chudan ji, State President of Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram, respected deans, heads and teaching and non-teaching staff members of Central University of Kerala, participants for the conclave from across the country, dear research scholars and students, members of press and media, and all other government officials attending this program, a warm welcome to all of you. We are assembled here for GYANOTSAV, which means the celebration of knowledge. In a world where knowledge is free and accessible to all through the digital revolution, we are witnessing another layer of knowledge, and knowledge remains obscured for layman. The knowledge preserved and regulated by the international knowledge industrialists is not as freely accessible to everyone. Beyond the idea of academic knowledge, the treasure vault of knowledge that we possess need to be reconsidered for its capacity to make life of mankind better. This GYANOTSAV is anchored around the idea that we need to celebrate all knowledge beyond the spatio-temporal factors and other factors that decides the nature of knowledge. The essence of NEP 2020 is exactly calling for celebrating the knowledge in our country. Central University of Kerala, though a novice university, has progressed much ahead in the implementation of NEP 2020. Internships, multiple entry exit scheme, academic bank of credit, syllabus revision, and 4-year integrated program and integrated teacher education program all have been carried out in Central University of Kerala in tune with the suggestions of NEP 2020. We are glad that we could start this event with the blessings of a right person who is an intellectual, a whistleblower, and a social activist and an unparalleled administrator, none other than our Honorable Governor of Kerala, Sri Arif Muhammad Khan Ji. He needs no introduction to anyone who lives in contemporary India. Having educated in prototype central universities like Jamia Millia, Aligarh Muslim University, and Lucknow University, he knows the real taste of a central university. Our student union members would be interested to know that he was a president of Aligarh Muslim University Students Union in the year 72-73. And also he was honorary secretary a year earlier in 1971 and 72. A great parliamentarian, having experience in legislative assembly and parliament, 3 times in parliament, and an efficient minister who handled several portfolios in the central ministry, Governor of Kerala, and he is our Governor of Kerala since 2019. In a world where fear is considered as a great virtue to grab successful life, Arif Muhammad Khan Ji famously speaks his mind and acts fearlessly. He made Raj Bhavan of Kerala an amplifier from where the voice of the unheard and the ordinary citizen resonate in the public sphere. He has never held back ever since he took a stand on an issue. We are watching this from the Shabanu case from 1980s to his commitment to the quality of higher education in Kerala. Time could trim his physique, not his perspectives and stance. For him, life is not a couch to sit back and enjoy with a cup of tea or wine, but a field where you engage in battles to define the very essence of human existence in social system. As G. Shankarakurupu, a great poet of Malayalam, wrote in one of his poems, Nakshatra Geetham, ജീവിതം എനിക്കൊരു ചൂളയായിരുന്നപ്പോൾ ഭൂവിനാ വെളിച്ചത്താൽ വെണ്മ ഞാൻ ഉളവാക്കി, which can be translated as, my life was a burning furnace, still I spread light to my surroundings with the fire in the furnace. Sri Arif Muhammad Khan Ji is a rare breed of scholar who knows India in its true sense. Let it be the political system, educational system, social system, religion, Puranas and Idihasas. The great 13th century Persian poet Rumi once wrote down, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop. Shamelessly plagiarizing Rumi. I'm shamelessly plagiarizing Rumi, the idea of Rumi, and says that Sri Arif Muhammad Khan is not only lives in India, but real India lives in him too. When the knowledge of past and present of India, he nurtures, with the knowledge of past and present of India, he nurtures a vision of future India. Dear sir, we are extremely privileged to have you among us for inaugurating the education conclave as part of the GYANOTSAV at Central University of Kerala. On behalf of Central University of Kerala family, Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram, and all the participants gathered here, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to you, sir. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor is the whole source of motivation for this program. His enthusiasm and meticulous planning are the key to success of all programs in our university. He first plowed our mind and he has planted a style of working among all of us, which has not only simple material, which has brought not only simple material returns, but a whole lot of externalities as well. I welcome you, sir, to this great event. Respected Director, NIT Calicut, Professor Prasad Krishnaji is here to bless us on this occasion. I deem it as an opportunity that opens up opportunity for collaborative endeavors for both the institutions, NIT and CUK. Hearty welcome to you, Prasad Krishna sir. Ajay Jareji, Honorable Vice Chairman of AICT, is here to bless this occasion. I welcome Ajay Jareji to this occasion. Sri A. Vinod, Member of National Monitoring Committee of SC/ST Minority Education, is the person behind this program. We are glad to welcome you to this program, sir. Sri Santosh Kumar N, Deputy Commissioner, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, is here. I welcome him cordially to this function. Sri Indu Chudanji, the State President of Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram, has also joined for the program. With a due acknowledgement for his efforts to materialize this program, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I welcome all the esteemed personalities over here in this auditorium. Many has informed that because of the rain, many of the people could not join here, but still the auditorium seems to be jam-packed. I welcome all of you to this event, great events. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Now, in our midst, we are honored to have Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, the Distinguished Director of NIT Calicut. I request Sir to grace us with his presence and deliver his address to the gathering. Sir, please.
Honorable Governor of Kerala, Pujya Sri Arif Muhammad Khan Ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kasaragod, Professor Venkateswarlu, Professor Amrit Kumar, the Dean Academic, Dr. Santosh, the Deputy Commissioner of KVS, Vice Chairman, All India Council for Technical Education, Dr. Abhay Jere, Sri Vinod, who is a member of the National Minority Education, and is also the National Joint Secretary of the Shiksha Sanskriti Udhanyas. All the faculty members from the Central University Kerala, my fellow teachers from the schools, colleges in and around Kerala and other places, all the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. For me, our governor, I received my medal. I told Honorable Governor about that in another function. When I was graduating from IIT Madras, our governor was a central minister, and I received the Best Student Award from the governor in IIT Madras. So I still have the photograph. I am receiving the award in that convocation ceremony where Governor Arif Muhammad Khan Ji was the chief guest in IIT Madras, I think in 1990. So this is a celebration, but the celebration will become celebration only if the personality is integrated. We have seen whether it is a personality or an organization or a corporate world, whatever may be, if there is disintegration, that will lead to dissatisfaction. And what is that disintegration for the body, mind, and the soul? The problem today is the mind is telling something, but the heart wants to do something else. We think with the mind, but I feel in my heart. If they are not in sync, we lead to disintegration. This is what is happening in many academic institutions. We are looking for holistic development. When we say holistic, it is not just physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual, but social, financial, environmental wellness, that is what, that 360-degree wellness, and that is what this great document, the National Education Policy, has given to us. This is the third far-reaching transformation, which if we all, a government or the vice chancellor, the teachers, everyone in the society has to play a role to bring that holistic curriculum which can be delivered by teachers who are passionate. Many times that is where is a problem. We have a beautiful curriculum, a holistic, flexible and relevant to the society, but we don't have passionate teachers who will be, where for them teaching is the passion. We all know that generations, we can touch the hearts of many generations if we do a great job. So I am very happy to see many of my fellow teachers in this August assembly. Let us all work together. Many times I ask my colleagues, have you read this document, NEP? Many times people criticize, have comments, seldom they have read even at least the gist of that. There are 8 themes very clearly given. I wish they at least read the document, and then it is we go back to our ancient tradition of we never segregated arts, science, the STEM. All this has come from the Western world. That which is integrated, that which is whole is now compartmentalized. And you know, in Kerala, നമുക്കൊക്കെ പണ്ട് കാലത്തെ ഒരു ഫാമിലി ഡോക്ടർ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ കുടുംബത്തിലെ. Family doctor vannale, he is a cardiologist, orthopedics, pediatrician, all that. He knows in and out the family history. He knows if somebody is having a small pain, the family doctor can just touch and feel. He doesn't need MRI scan. Today, for everything, all this, we depend on the external thing. The wisdom of the physician is seldom. The intuitive ability, as Albert Einstein mentioned, in all these academies, we have forgotten to nurture the intuitive abilities of the pupils. Instead, we pump them with this, plethora of information. Seldom they transform into knowledge, the real jnana, which should become part of that. That is what Shankaracharya told, who is from this great state. Manana, Sravana, Manana. We are hearing. When we do teach, everybody is hearing. But until and unless Manana happens, we have to reflect upon that knowledge. Then you have to do Nidithyasana. You have to imbibe that knowledge and become knowledge until and unless the real learning does not happen. So that is what this policy document is trying to bring, nurture the intuitive ability. We cannot teach. Nobody can teach anyone. Nobody can train anyone. We can only create the conducive environment to nurture the intuitive ability of every individual. If we can do as teachers, we have won the battle. Leave to the kids what they want to pursue. Why do you put pressure on coaching classes? You do only engineering has some societal value. You get somebody told 2.5 crores. One student got in our NITK Surathkal, from where I am a faculty. NITK Surathkal, we take pride. We got the highest package, 2.5 crores. Monthly salary. What that student, that graduate will do, he will not even look at his parent. What, Papa, what, aapko kya mila tha? Petty, that is not the culture we want. What we want is good human beings, and that is what. In our country, when we had teachers, the Acharya or Upadhyaya and all these people, they were multifaceted personality. They were philosophers, they knew astronomy, they knew Jyotisham, Vyoma Shastram, Ganita Shastram, much more. They were great philosophers and spiritual beings. So that is the greatness. We always had this holistic approach. Unfortunately, with this British education system, and they have their own reason. Why this has come because of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution wanted a specific skill set to meet the demands of that. That is how we became away from that wholeness and all this unsatisfaction and disintegration is that. And now this policy is trying to integrate, and I am sure in letter and spirit, we should, any help from NIT Calicut, I will talk about that. We have introduced multidisciplinary centers. We have removed that variation between curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular. Everybody has to grow in their own space for a harmonious, joyful living. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We are immensely grateful for your valuable insight you have shared with us. Now, it is with great honor that we extend our warmest welcome to Shri Santosh Kumar N, the esteemed Deputy Commissioner of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. I kindly request sir to grace us and address the gathering.
Honorable Governor of Kerala, Shri Arif Mohammed Khan, respected Vice Chancellor, Central University of Kerala, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu, Shri A. Vinod, Member, National Monitoring Committee, Minority Education, Professor Prasad Krishna, Director, NIT Calicut, Professor Amartji Kumar, Dean, Academic, Central University, Kerala, Shri Ajit Jere, am I right? Jere, and other distinguished alumnus and educationalists across India. Sabko namaskar. I am standing before you as a member of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. As many of you know very well, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan is an autonomous education for school education, mainly for the central government transferable employees, mainly the defense people of India. And it is a primary education, we can say premier educational system, mainly for the government employees. And this is the first institution where we are usually implementing our educational new ideas and innovative ideas in our educational system. And I'm very happy to be a part of this celebration of knowledge, GYANOTSAV. And I will be pointing to some of the important aspects of National Education Policy 2020 and how we are implementing in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change, said the greatest thinker and scientist of all time, Albert Einstein. Education is one of the most crucial and conspicuous domains that must overcome stagnation and embrace change. Indeed, in an ever-changing employment landscape and global ecosystem, it becomes mandatory that children not only learn, but also learn to learn. And ushering in this era of change and evolution in the field of education is National Education Policy 2020. It is the right time to welcome this paradigmatic and seminal document, not merely on paper, but in our very pedagogical approach to teaching and learning. Kendriya Vidyalayas, as premier educational institution of the country, has already begun to implement NEP in letter and spirit. As all of you know, we have around 1,250 Kendriya Vidyalayas across the country and 3 outside India also. Keeping in line with NEP 2020, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan started various programs, courses and new learning spaces. First one is Early Childhood Care and Education, ECCE, the very essence of NEP 2020. KVS started 50 Balvadigas in the academic year 22-23, and now this year 23-24 we are going to start 450 Balvadigas across India. And the purpose of this is to provide learning and enriching experience for the classes below class 1. And this is an important change in our new education policy. All of you know, there was no control over the preschool education, and this new education policy brought preschool education under Balwadika, and Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan is going to implement for the first time. Another major aspect of NEP is FLN, Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. Many surveys indicate that children lack this basic ability, that ability to read, write, speak, and also do mathematical operations. As given by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, the slogan of FLN, that is Foundational Literacy and Numeracy, is learn to read and then progress towards read to learn. FLN is dedicated to creating an environment for the child where they learn to play and play to learn. Nipun Bharat, that is a national initiative for proficiency in reading with understanding and numeracy. It is to create an enabling environment in primary school to ensure universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy, so that by 26-27, every child achieves the desired learning competencies in reading, writing, and numeracy by the end of class 3, or not later than class 5. And all our Kendriya Vidyalayas are following this Nipun guidelines. Another important aspect we are giving is emphasis laid by Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan is for the foundation of basic education. Involves life skills such as critical thinking and problem solving to create holistic and well-rounded individuals, equipped with 21st century skills through classroom transactions. Multidisciplinary approach through multidisciplinary projects, which is one single topic is given to the child, and the child will do a project based on that topic, and it will be evaluated by different teachers, mathematics teacher, language teacher, social science teachers. They evaluate it separately to understand. This creates an opportunity to learn concepts clearly. And another one is learner's diary. Means the child is writing his own or her own thoughts in a diary, what he understood by learning this particular topic. And Kendriya Vidyalaya curriculum also gives importance like skills education. And in class 6th onwards, we have implemented skill-based education, and up to class 12th. One particular subject will be selected for education under this skill-based subject. And learning happens through sports, arts, and stories can never be underestimated. In fact, our first teachers are those affectionate elders who have brightened our childhood with fascinating fairy tales and Panchatantra. And we also know for a fact that greatest lessons are learned on sports field. NEP identified and acknowledged this tremendous place that stories and sports have in our lives. KV has already implemented it. KV teachers have started to engage experiential learning comprising art integrated, sports integrated, storytelling based pedagogy, toy based pedagogy, and Jadui Pitara, that is magic spots. These aspects have been rigorously and imaginatively encompassed by the teachers in their classrooms, transforming them into play-cum-learning centers. Another core point of national education policy is that curriculum content is reduced to its core essentials so that we can make space for critical and creative thinking and research aptitude and discussion and analysis based learning. NEP has strong element of patriotism and pride in the Indian culture. And multilingualism. Kendriya Vidyalaya is including multilingualism as a part of our education system. And as a whole, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan has understood the importance of the basic aspects of education, and we are implementing so that it will make every child a complete personality when it reaches. And wish you all the best. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a glimpse of national education policy from the perspective of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. We are honored to have Shri A. Vinod, an esteemed member of National Monitoring Committee of SC/ST Minority Education. I kindly request sir to grace us with his words.
ज्ञानोत्सव के इस उद्घाटन सत्र के आदरणीय मुख्य अतिथि महामहिम राज्यपाल आरिफ मोहम्मद खान, अपने यूनिवर्सिटी के कुलपति और एनआईटी कालीकट के निदेशक प्रसाद कृष्णा जी, आईसीटी के वाइस चेयरमैन अभय जरे जी, केंद्रीय विद्यालय संगठन उसका केरल का दायित्व किसका पास है, डेप्यूटी कमिश्नर संतोष जी, और यूनिवर्सिटी के एकेडमिक डीन अमृत कुमार जी, शिक्षा संस्कृत उद्यान का केरला इकाई विद्याभ्यास विकास केंद्र उसी का अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर NC इंदुचूडन जी, अमृत विश्वविद्यालय के प्रतिनिधि स्वामी विश्वनाथानंद जी, केरल के मोर देन 1600 प्राइवेट कॉलेजों का प्रतिनिधि उसका अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर कृष्ण कुमार जी, उसका सेक्रेटरी मोहिद्दीन करीम जी, और NCT का सदर्न रीजन चेयरमैन डॉक्टर KK शाइन जी, एंड इस सभागृह में उपस्थित सभी बंधु नमस्ते। शिक्षा संस्कृति उद्यान्यास मेरा ज़्यादा परिचय माइनॉरिटी एजुकेशन कमेटी का सदस्य के नाम पे किया है, लेकिन मैं इधर आपके सामने शिक्षा संस्कृति उद्यान्यास का राष्ट्रीय सह संयोजक के नाते कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ। क्यों मैं हिंदी में अपना भाषण शुरू किया, मूल में केरल का है। इस NEP का दो महत्व बिंदु है, एक तो शिक्षा को भारतीय करना है। इस शिक्षा को भारतीयकरण में दो मुख्य बिंदु है, एक तो भारतीय भाषा है और दूसरा भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा। इसलिए शिक्षा संस्कृति उद्यान्यास ने कब NEP का घोषणा की, पहले एक साल उसी समय कोरोना का आपातकाल थे, हमने NEP की ओरिएंटेशन में विद्यालयों में, कॉलेजों में, प्रोफेसर के बीचों में, पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के बीच में NEP क्या है, व्हाट इज NEP, इसी में लगातार हमने कैंपेन किया है। अभी 2 साल से इसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कैसा है, क्या है, सरकार करना है या हम करना है। इसी में हमारा सूत्र, हमारा प्रेरणा, ये मंत्र है, अमंत्रम अक्षरम नास्ति, नास्ति मूलम अनौषधम, अयोग्य पुरुषो नास्ति, यो जगत तत्र दुर्लभ। सभी कुछ कुछ काम करना चाहता हूँ। सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी केरला NEP इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कर सकता है, कर रहा है। NIT में कुछ कुछ शुरू किया है, KB में शुरू किया है। केरल के हजारों विद्यालयों में अलग अलग प्रकार में NEP का मूल तत्वों को अपने क्लासरूम में, विद्यालयों में लागू शुरू किया है। कैसे शुरू किया है, वो कॉलेजों में, अभी प्राइवेट कॉलेजों का वो प्रतिनिधि इधर है, उन्होंने कैसे शुरू किया है, वो सब हम देखना चाहता हूँ। इसलिए ये सभी को इधर बुलाया है। इधर कोई मंच से इतना भाषा नहीं रहेगा, यहाँ ज़्यादा इस सत्र के बाद प्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा। अपने विद्यालय में, अपने कॉलेज में, अपने यूनिवर्सिटी में हमने कैसे शुरू किया है। केरल का सभी को इस प्रेजेंटेशन में, इस प्रदर्शनी में एक साथ नहीं ला सकता है, इसलिए हम सेलेक्ट किया है। वो कुछ आज 2 दिन से कुछ प्रतिकूल वातावरण है, बारिश का, मानसून का, लेकिन भी इसी में हम सेलेक्टेड किया है 71 बीएड कॉलेज, टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेजेस, क्योंकि मैंने फोकस किया टीचर ट्रेनिंग में, क्योंकि कल के शिक्षा कैसे रहेगा, आज के टीचर का कैसे ट्रेन करेंगे, उसी में रहेगा। इसलिए 71 टीचर इंस्टीट्यूशन से बीएड और डीएड का उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन है। हायर एजुकेशन, अदर हायर एजुकेशन का 41 है, स्कूल का 25 है, सभी स्कूल विद्यार्थी आना मुश्किल है, और प्रदर्शनी भी है, 50 से ज़्यादा प्रदर्शनी का रजिस्ट्रेशन किया था, लेकिन अभी मौसम के कारण 31 का स्टॉल रखाया है। 2 दिन अपना अपना प्रेजेंटेशन वो 3-4 मिनट में करेंगे। किसके समूह रहेंगे? AICT का प्रमुख व्यक्ति है, NCERT का है, NCT का है, केंद्रीय विद्यालय का है, कल स्कूली शिक्षा मंत्री भी आने वाला है, और परसों GUGC का, AICT का और NAC का प्रमुख लोग आएगा। इस प्रकार क्या हमने किया उसका प्रस्तुतिकरण करेंगे और हम कैसे आगे जाना है। ये योजना, ये कोऑर्डिनेशन शिक्षा संस्कृति उद्यान्यास या विद्याभ्यास विकास केंद्र का काम है। हमारा राज्यपाल जी है, राज्यपाल जी केरल का सभी विश्वविद्यालयों को कुलपति भी है, कुलाधिपति है, और यहाँ केंद्रीय संस्थानों का प्रतिनिधि है, निजी संस्थानों का प्रतिनिधि है, विद्यालयों का प्रतिनिधि है, डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी एक ही है अभी, उसका भी प्रतिनिधि है, सब इधर है। हम एक साथ ये शिक्षा के एक मंथन करेंगे, इसी से अमृत निकलेंगे। इस अमृत आज उसको नेतृत्व करने के लिए, हम दिशा देने के लिए हमारा महामहिम राज्यपाल जी आया है। राज्यपाल जी का आपको पता है ना, केरल भारत का पॉलिटिक्स में, पॉलिटिकल विषय पर, एकेडमिक विषय पर, छात्र संघ के विषय पर एक ट्रेंड सेटिंग व्यक्ति अपना करियर से किया है, ऐसा एक व्यक्ति है। और अपना इस पूरा कार्यक्रम का आयोजन, इसका टीम लीडर अपना कुलपति है, वेंकटेश्वर जी है, भारत के प्रतिष्ठित मैनेजमेंट एक्सपर्ट है, कॉमर्स फील्ड में उसका इतना उसका प्रतिष्ठा है। ये दोनों का एक प्रकार, ये कुरुक्षेत्र में जैसे कृष्ण और अर्जुन है, एक दिशा और योद्धा, ये दोनों का एक मिलन इधर है। इस प्रकार ये ज्ञानोत्सव सभी केरल के शिक्षा क्षेत्र में एक नया रास्ता का शुरुआत रहेगा। मैं ऐसा मान करता है, आज से केरला का शिक्षा ऐसे मान करेंगे, इस ज्ञानोत्सव के पूर्व और इसके बाद। इसके बाद सभी के मन में एक ही आशा रहेगा, हमको नया शिक्षा नीति चाहिए, उसको इम्प्लीमेंटेशन क्रियान्वयन हम करेंगे, क्योंकि केरल भारत को लीड करना है। क्यों? ये केरल, ये धरती आदि शंकराचार्य का धरती है, ये धरती संगम ग्राम माधव जैसे गणित का धरती है, ये धरती सालों से कैसे आज का मॉडर्न सोसाइटी में कैसे जीना है, कोऑपरेटिव को एक्सिस्टेंस का एक जीवन पद्धति का धरती है। इसलिए केरल में शिक्षा नीति का क्रियान्वयन अच्छी तरह होना चाहिए, मॉडल होना चाहिए, मॉडल हो जाएगा। मैं केरल का शिक्षा क्षेत्र के लोगों से भी चर्चा की, उन्होंने भी की, हम भी करेंगे, लेकिन हमको पॉलिटिक्स कुछ है ना, इसलिए हम करेंगे, क्योंकि एनईपी नहीं लागू करेंगे मतलब कल विद्यार्थी आंदोलन करेंगे, हमको भी एबीसी चाहिए, पहला क्लास का एबीसी नहीं है, एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट चाहिए, कर्नाटका में है एनआईटी में है, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में है, क्यों कैलिकट में नहीं, क्यों केरला में नहीं, वो पूछेंगे। इसलिए वो भी ये लागू करना चाहता हूँ। इसलिए ये मैं ज़्यादा बोल नहीं चाहता हूँ। ये एक नया ट्रेंड सेटिंग रहेगा। क्या आज का घोषणा इधर अपना राज्यपाल महोदय से रहेगा, उसी दिशा में हम आगे जाएंगे। केरल के शिक्षा क्षेत्र में एक नया अध्याय का शुरुआत करेंगे। नमस्ते।
Thank you, sir, for your captivating address. It is with great honor we extend welcome to Dr. Abhay Jera, Vice Chairman of AICT. I request sir to grace us with his valuable words. Sir, please.
Honorable Governor of Kerala, who is also a great thinker, philosopher, and not only he has impact within Kerala, but enormous impact outside Kerala, our beloved Shri Arif Mohammad Khan sir, Vice Chancellor of this institution, Venkatesh Malu sir, dignitaries on the dais of the dais. Today we are here for discussing NEP, National Education Policy. And one of the component of NEP, which is completely non-controversial, irrespective of political beliefs, is emphasis on creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship. At ministry, I wear two hats. I'm Vice Chairman for All India Council for Technical Education, but I'm also Chief Innovation Officer for Ministry of Education. And as Chief Innovation Officer, my mandate is to actually push for innovation, entrepreneurship, not only within higher educational institutes, but also from in the school level. And Santoshji actually spoke about what Kendriya Vidyalaya systems are doing for taking innovation and entrepreneurship forward. But I would like to share with you some of the very interesting initiatives which we are doing and which you will really like, because we are not copying anything from the West. We have evolved our own model, Governor, sir. Usually what used to happen, sir, when such programs get organized, people sit on dais and throw big words, you know, innovation, startup, entrepreneurship. And that used to happen about 5 years back, when only philosophically people were just using this buzzword. But when we used to talk them in private, कि actually कर क्या रहे हो वो बता इस चीज पे, the answer used to be very hodgepodge. There was no philosophy. There was no methodology. So we said that we have to come up with some kind of a mechanism to handhold our institutions on this path. And we initiated a program called as IICs, Institutional Innovation Councils. And now, sir, I am very happy to share with you is that currently we have these IICs in more than 7,500 institutions. And through this IICs, sir, we have conducted more than 1,24,000 initiatives related to innovation, entrepreneurship within our school system, sir. We have touched more than 1.2 CR lives through it. And you see now, there is huge push in even tier 2, tier 3 institutions towards innovation and entrepreneurship. Because at the end of the day, if we really have to emerge as Jagat Gurus, then we have to generate ideas for the world, not just for the country. And world has to adopt them and follow them. And if you have to generate ideas for the world, then there cannot be a better place than educational institutions. Unfortunately, our academic system over a period has evolved in such a way or in such a mindset that as an academician, we are always told to actually pursue or worship Saraswati. And if some of us actually engage with private organizations or do some consultancy or do a startup or a company, other people look down upon him. ये तो साला पैसे के पीछे पड़ा है. But our academicians are the best people who can worship Saraswati and Lakshmi simultaneously. And if you have to do that, then we have to create that culture and that mindset. Because if you look at on Global Innovation Index, in 2014, our rank was 81. And now we have improved substantially in last 9 years. We have come down to 40. But still, a rank of 40 doesn't do justice to our real potential. China is 12, 13. We have long way to go. And countries, like you might not have heard their name also, Malta, Moldova, Estonia, are doing better than us. Means what? We have more emphasis in computer jargon on Control C and Control V. Right? And that needs to change. Because I will put in front of you a small stats. At any given time point in this country, we have around 80 lakh students who are just doing technology, who are doing technology related courses. And you will all agree with me that for every person who is doing technology or pursuing technology has to do 6 months of internship or project, right? And every course is 3 years or 4 years course. So if you do just back of the envelope calculation, the amount of energy which gets invested in doing these projects is somewhere between 5 lakh to 7 lakh man years or person years per year. It's time required for human evolution. And what happens? It all goes down the drain. Because of, as I said, Control C, Control V. So this needs to change. And we are taking a large number of initiatives. And I will just share 2 initiatives and I will stop. Sir, when I spoke to large number of students who are now young and want to do startups and those kind of things, they said, sir, we have an idea. We want to do it. But our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our parents are not allowing us to do that. And the reason is, they are saying, boss, you can get a good job. You can work for now, because there is pressure, even from 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. for 5 days. And on weekends, you can go to malls, see movies, Netflix and chill. That kind of a culture. Why you want to get into the rigmarole of actually pursuing entrepreneurship, which is 48 hours job a day? So our parents are not. Can you do something about it? So sir, we actually came up with a very innovative course. It's called as MBA only because people can understand it. The nomenclature is MBA, but it's an MBA in Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Venture Development. It's an incubator course, based course. Classroom component is only 30%. And what we are saying is that you join with your idea. If you have an idea, you can join as a team. And under garb of that MBA, you actually pursue your entrepreneurship. So if you work for 2 years, pursue your project, if it sees the light of the day, you get an MBA and you are entrepreneurship, you are on the mature entrepreneurship journey. If you fail, you still get an MBA and you will emerge as entrepreneur. So currently, we actually conceptualize this, again, initiative. We are running it in 20 institutions as pilots. And we have started seeing some good results. Yes, we are iterating because something new, if we have to do, we will make mistakes initially. We have to write it, we have to pivot it again, and we will do it. But currently it is running in 21 institutions, and we hope that it actually catches fire. Another important, and I can actually talk about 15, 20 such institutions, but initiatives, but I'm not going to talk about. Another very important intervention which we are doing, and to some extent we are successful, is introducing design thinking at 6th standard. So we are working with CBSE. We have published books from 6th standard to 12th standard. The books are under public domain. And CBSE schools are currently now offering it as an elective. This is the first year. I don't know how many of you have heard about design thinking. Anyone of you heard? You should actually go ahead and look at it. Design thinking is not about design. Design thinking is how to think. How to actually look at a problem. How to visualize a solution for that problem. Because, unfortunately, we are trained to live with the problem, or we look at others to come and solve our problem. We never take it upon ourselves to actually provide a solution. And that also NEP talks about, the problem-solving ability. And if you have to really push the problem-solving ability up, then we have to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So we will have such more discussions during our roundtable sessions, which we will have in the afternoon. I can share with you other things which we are doing, like hackathons. Now India is a culture of hackathons. Smart India Hackathon, actually I initiated the entire concept, which Prime Minister has, we are very, very thankful to him that he is giving a huge push. But we will talk about it subsequently. What I want to just emphasize here is that the things are now going to change. Because the world is getting into a different, what we can say, accelerated zone. If we don't give ideas to the world, we will just end up becoming followers, and eventually we will not able to actually achieve what we are aspiring to achieve. That is, we have to be Jagat Gurus by 2047. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You have done a fabulous job in the field of education. Thank you for sharing your valuable ideas. Now it's my privilege to invite man of distinct vision and leadership, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central University of Kerala, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu, sir, for presidential address. Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Very good morning to all the distinguished delegates. Honorable Governor, Sri Arif Mohammad Khan ji, Dr. Abai, and other distinguished delegates. This is a momentous and great occasion for the Central University of Kerala, maybe for the state of Kerala also. Because let us all congratulate Shiksha Samskriti Uddanyas for bringing up a great initiative on the implementation of NEP 2020, particularly in the context of the policy introduction completing its 3rd anniversary. We are all the institutional heads, we are going to meet under the chairmanship of Honorable Prime Minister very shortly. And we are going to report what is happening across the country in terms of implementation. Therefore, I feel that this is the right occasion that we are doing this knowledge festival. GYANOTSAV is knowledge festival, and all our former speakers have said that we have the knowledge man of the country, Arif Muhammad Khanji. Please give him a big hand. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. This GYANOTSAV is a flagship event by Shiksha Samskriti Uddanyas, organized with a mission to foster the innovative minds of students and also to communicate the salient features of NEP 2020 to the stakeholders and also to the public and all partners of education. And this initiative, GYANOTSAV, to tell you all, has spread across the country and has had the support of many vice chancellors, central ministers, directors, and also the school heads and the school managers. The theme of this 2023 GYANOTSAV is, let us all not forget that it is Atmanirbhar Bharat through education. That we have been emphasizing for the last 3 years in every bit of educational activity that we are doing in central universities to the extent my knowledge goes. Physics, there is some element of self-reliance, motivation to the student and also curriculum. A subject like Malayalam also, a subject like engineering, all subjects we are trying to orient to make a student a self-reliant, because the NEP 2020 policy believes that a nation can become self-reliant through the educational strategy only. And here, I would like to say that we are witnessing huge and drastic changes in the knowledge landscape in different segments of the society. We feel the need for skill orientation, human resources, but the skill orientation across the different segments is varied. What the requirement is diverse. Many of the jobs today require multidisciplinarity abilities combining sciences and humanities. We, the universities and schools in the knowledge activity, feel the need for a definite shift in orienting human resources to the changing global economies and global society. This is the crux of the GYANOTSAV. We are going to say that how do we change? A few points, action points would probably emerge. And we must really thank the government of India. Probably first time after the independence that the government, national government, has thought and announced that the empowerment of nation is possible through access to quality education. That is, a singular focus is laid on the education by the government. And the NEP is a game changer and seeks to streamline the education format and content to develop the potential of each individual. The NEP strongly believes that education can lead to the betterment of society. I am happy that we are organizing GYANOTSAV at the Central University of Kerala on a high quality note. Just now, you have witnessed the high quality deliberations. You have heard the director, NIT, you have heard the vice chairman AICTE, you have also heard Vinodji, how perspective they are in their vision and thought and what kind of direction we are going. And of course, the big is awaited soon after my speech, the direction is awaited and it is going to come. And there are about 5 to 6 themes that character building, quality education, arts and sports integration, vocational and skill education, environmental education and health are going to be deliberated or threadbare with a focus on Indian knowledge system. I'm happy that many institutions, schools, colleges are participating in this knowledge festival, and there will be an exposition and sharing of ideas across the spectrum. I'm happy that there is an exhibition soon after this program, inaugural program, and roundtable conference, presentation of best practices, and a conclave on perspectives on higher education, on school education, and as well as higher education tomorrow and the day after tomorrow in the 3-day program. I'm sure that GYANOTSAV 2023 will be a harbinger of the NEP 2020 movement in the state of Kerala, and the program will culminate into a Kerala declaration on NEP 2020. I request Honorable Governor to initiate and provide us the direction on which a Kerala declaration can be done, because I would like to say here, sir, we have about 200 faculty members who are dedicated to the implementation of NEP 2020, and we assume the leadership in providing the necessary action plan for the state of Kerala in the implementation of NEP 2020. So let this GYANOTSAV come with an action plan from the Central University of Kerala and from GYANOTSAV. Let us all accept the responsibility as leaders of not only higher education, but the whole education and comprehensive education. My congratulations and sincere thanks to Vidyabhyasa Vikasa Kendram and the organizing team, Shiksha Sanskriti Udanyas, for a wonderful coordination. In particular, I appreciate Sri Vinodji and Indu Chudanji, and all of you should know that we are organizing this program under one of our most dynamic departments, Department of Education. Please give them a big hand. Department of Education is doing this program. The Dean, faculty, scholars, and staff of the Department of Education for taking concrete steps to organize GYANOTSAV 2023. We are grateful to His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Kerala, who has been the guide and philosopher for the university and who has been giving us blessings from time to time. Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings in all our activities. With this, I conclude my presidential address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presidential address. आज हमारे बीच बतौर मुख्य अतिथि मौजूद हैं केरल के माननीय राज्यपाल श्री आरिफ मोहम्मद खान जी। केरल केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से आपसे इल्तिजा है कि आप सभागार के समक्ष अपनी राय रखें। आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है सर। श्री आरिफ मोहम्मद खान जी।
Please, don't embrace. I have put Doctor. Honorable Vice Chancellor,
Kasaragod Central University, Professor Dr. H. Venkateshwarlu, Vice Chairman AICTE, Dr. Abhay Jaire, Shri A. Vinod, Member National Monitoring Committee of Minority Education, Shri Santosh Kumar and Deputy Commissioner, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director NIT Kozhikode, Professor Dr. Amrit G. Kumar, Dean Academics, Dr. N.C. Indu Chudan, dear teachers, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, Ellavarkum ende vandanam. I do not know how to begin, because all previous speakers, right from Dean Academics to our Vice Chancellor sir, all previous speakers, they have used so many gracious and kind words, and that I was really wondering whether they are speaking about me. I do not know how many of you will follow it, but there are two lines in Hindi which say, अपनी तारीफ सुन के ये समझो हक बयानी नहीं नवाजिश. When somebody praises you, then realize that this is not the truth, this is only kindness on their part. Thank you very much for your graciousness, for your kindness. I am absolutely delighted to inaugurate the 3-day education conclave, which you have very appropriately named as GYANOTSAV. And apart from, Vice Chancellor Sahab has already explained in detail that this GYANOTSAV has been organized with the collaboration of Vidya Abhyas Vikas Kendram, State Unit of Shiksha Sanskriti Utthan Nyas, New Delhi. Therefore, I would like to compliment Kasaragod Central University and Vidya Abhyas Vikas Kendram for taking the lead for this initiative, which definitely will give an opportunity to hear Swamiji and so many other people who represent various educational institutions. They are present here, so you will have interaction, and as it is said in modern parlance, we can share best practices. We can share our experiences. I'm so happy to hear this announcement by Vice Chancellor Sahab that 200 teachers of this university are totally committed to implement the education, we say new education policy of 2020. So, and I'm not going to dwell at length about the advantages which will accrue from the implementation of this policy, which has broadly we can say that this policy has replaced the earlier rigidity, regimentation with flexibility and dynamism, and which has created many more opportunities for these students to pursue subjects of their interest. where they can, earlier, if you are if you are a student of this faculty, you can't pursue some other subject which came under any other faculty. Now you can do it. As our Dr. Prasad Krishna was saying, he gave beautiful example of the family doctor. About the family, he knew everything about the family. He was expert of everything. That holistic attitude, approach, many people were pleading for it. And now, as far as policy is concerned, it has become a reality. Now it is up to those who are entrusted with the task of its implementation to ensure that the larger benefits of the policy flow in good measure to the university, teaching communities, students, and the country really benefits from it. Last night I slept very late because I was trying to prepare my talking points. But then while listening to these erudite people, I jotted down certain things and I have jettisoned what I had prepared last night. So I'm going to comment on that. First thing, ours is not only an ancient culture, it is a continuous culture. What has ensured its continuity and what is the hallmark of this culture and civilization? Before the period of decline and fall, Indian civilization and culture was identified with promotion of knowledge and wisdom. Not that our people gave this description. No. In 11th and 12th centuries, when the European Renaissance had not yet fully taken off, and Middle East was rife with intellectual activities, it had become the center, hub of academic activities. They were translating the Greek knowledge into Arabic. People talk about it, but not many times it is known that before translating the Greek knowledge, they had started their venture with the translation of Indian Sanskrit texts, which started in late 8th century. And you read, you are a university, you have a library here, I'm sure that, and you can also go to the internet. In 11th century, there are, over a period of about 150 or 200 years, there are at least 6 Arab historians, right from Tabri to Ibn Khaldun. They have written world history. And the first chapter is devoted to the history of civilizations. First volume, first chapter. And almost everyone, they have used different words, but almost every one of them has asserted that there are 5 dominant civilizations in the world. The Persian civilization is known for its majesty and splendor. Romans for their beauty and chivalry, Chinese for their craftsmanship and obedience to the rulers, Turks for their bravery. And these are the exact words which they have used. Indian civilized, to them these four things are important but not so important. Because they use the adjective. India is the only civilization which is known for promotion of knowledge and wisdom. So this is not a compliment which we have given to ourselves. The whole world has recognized. And as it has been, you know, every individual, Vinodji, you have quoted two lines from a Sanskrit text, so appropriate. Naksharam mantrahinam, na moolam noshidam, ayogya purusham nasti, yojak istatra dullabha. There is not a single syllable which does not have the power of mantra. There is no vegetation, root or leaf, which does not have the power of medicine. And there is no being, no human being, who is devoid of talent. What is scarce? There is shortage of people who can identify the talent and employ it properly so that the real potential of that person is realized and that person becomes useful not only for himself, his family, but for the society at large. Therefore, what is needed? Atmanam Viddhi. Know thyself. Each individual has some special talent. Likewise, each society has some special talent. And so is the case with the nations. India's genius is pursuit of knowledge and crystallization of knowledge into wisdom. That is India's genius. Tapa swadhyay nirittam, ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, in his famous book, Spirit of India, he says, I love India, not because I cultivate the idolatry of geography, not because I have had the good fortune to be born in her soil, but I love India because she has, through tumultuous ages, saved the living words, successfully saved the living words, which issued from the illuminated consciousness of her children. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam. So, in fact, elsewhere, suddenly I recall, elsewhere Gurudev has said that India cannot attain true freedom unless it is recognized that her foundation is in mind, which with its diverse powers and confidence in those powers keeps creating Swaraj for itself on a regular basis. Dr. I will recall the name. Professor B.N. Seal. He was Vice Chancellor of Mysore University and a class fellow of Swami Vivekananda. He has coined a beautiful phrase. India is ever aging but never old. We are an ancient civilization. But the weakness which is associated with old age, that does not touch us. Why? How do you define? I mean, we call our values, our ideals, our culture Sanatan. What is Sanatan? I think the best definition of the Sanatan is, to my mind at least, there can be even better than that. What is built forever is forever building. Growth is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process. We have inherited a great legacy, but to rest in the consciousness that what we have inherited is great is absolutely fatal. If we are conscious that what we have inherited is great, then this great legacy must be invested in new ventures. What Dr. Jairus says, innovation. For India, innovation is not a new idea. But unfortunately, after our decline and fall, and I will come to that also, what was responsible for our decline? If I forget, please remind me. Or let me first deal with that only. This civilization, this culture, which was known as the knowledge civilization, this question used to bother me since in my case, because I joined the Central University. Therefore, there used to be 1-year course which was called PUC, pre-university course, in Central Universities. Aligarh, Delhi, Banaras, Shantini. At that time, there were only 4 Central Universities. Now we have almost in every state. So since then, this question used to bother me. That if India was knowledge civilization, how come history has been so cruel to us? And how come we became so vulnerable? How come we could not defend our way of life? How come? I mean, generally it is believed that the person who has knowledge, he can deal with any difficult situation. Why we fail to deal with difficult situations? I did not get a satisfactory answer. I posed this question to so many people until I read the speeches of Swami Vivekananda and the writings of Swami Ranganathananda. Swamiji has dealt not so much in detail with it, but Swami Ranganathananda has written in detail about this. Some previous speaker, I don't remember who, had mentioned that being a knowledge civilization, very rightly said that we adored the goddess of knowledge, worshipped the goddess of knowledge. So Swami Ranganathananda in his writing, he says that we were worshippers of Ma Saraswati, but our decline started because knowledge, what is knowledge? I have already quoted, Tapa Swadhyay Nirittam, ever devoted to the pursuit of knowledge. And a question was raised in Upanishad. What is tapa? Tapa is acquisition of knowledge plus pirvachan. What does that mean? Printing press was not there at that time. What does that mean? Pirvachan was the only medium through which knowledge was shared. So the process of knowledge becomes complete not by simply by acquiring the knowledge, pursuit of knowledge. Unless the knowledge which you acquire, you share it with others, the process does not become complete. So Swami Ranganathandas, he quoted from Srimad Bhagavad, Saraswati Gyan Khalv Yatha Sati. We continue to pay lip service to Mother Saraswati. We claim to be worshippers of Mother Saraswati, but for all practical purposes, we became villains of Saraswati when we denied access to knowledge to our own people. And this is what exactly Srimad Bhagavad says, that a scholar who imprisons his knowledge within herself or himself is a villain of Saraswati. We were guilty of that. And when we cease to be loyal to our own ideals, to our own heritage, to our own values, which we describe, and rightly so, as eternal values, then we had to pay the price. And therefore, I particularly to those who are in the profession of teaching, I always say that you are not only into a profession, you are not only earning your livelihood, you are not only engaged in a noble profession, but you are also, what is the word, expiation? When you pay for some wrong which was done by somebody else. No. When you prashchit, expiation. So you are actually on behalf of those people who, because of their actions, the decline started. India was a knowledge society. Knowledge society to the extent that our thought leaders, our sages, our rishis, they envisaged an India. India of their dream was Etad Desha Parshu Tasya Sakasha Dagraj Anmana Swam Swam Charitram Shikcheram Prithviyam Sarvam Anava. Their dream was that people from various students from various parts of the world, they will come to India, not to learn about India, to learn about their own culture and civilization. They will come to India. What does that mean? We will have such reputed teachers, such erudite teachers who will attract. A European will come to India because of the reputation of our teachers to learn about European civilization. An Arab will come to learn about Arab civilization or from other parts of the world. This is what our sages had envisaged. Our Honorable Prime Minister, last 15th August, he talked about 5 vows. And one of them is create awareness about your cultural heritage. And your culture, when I met, after that speech, when I met the Prime Minister for the first time, we came to Kerala soon after. I congratulated him, but I told him, I said, when we come to this cultural heritage, then the most prominent feature of this cultural heritage is promotion of knowledge and wisdom. India has to become knowledge destination. Otherwise, if we do not regain that glory, that we are a knowledge civilization and culture, then we are not really worthy of the heritage which we are blessed with. And Gurudev has said it so succinctly. Unless it is recognized that India's foundation is in mind, what is his job? What is the work of mind? The work of mind is pursuit of knowledge. About the innovation, I would like to say one more thing, because you have made very strong points about innovation. Innovation is absolute. In fact, our culture, the continuity of our culture is only because we were ready to think out of the box. Every generation realized for more than 3,000 years, our minds were so creative, so hospitable to new ideas. Ano bhadra kirtavo yantu vishvata. In fact, Dr. Radhakrishnan has said, I'm not interested in the ancestry of the ideas. What I'm interested in fellowship of thought. This is the Swami Vivekananda repeatedly said, India has a message to give to the world. India has a message to, what message we have to give? The message is, say, tapa swadhyay niritam. And if I use his own words, he said, so long as millions live in ignorance and poverty, I shall hold every person a traitor, very strong word, who having been educated at their expense, pay no heed to them. And why? Not on, I mean, everything is interlinked. You know, the highest Indian ideal, highest Sanatan ideal, you can say, is integration of personality. Ekatmata. Unless that deho devalaya prokto jivo deva sadashiva. I mean, from Gita you can quote shlok after shlok after shlok. Yoma pashyati sarvata sarvam chamai pashyati. Tasya hamna pirnashami sacha mena pirnashyati. Who sees? One who sees the self in everybody else and everybody else in the self. He alone sees. And such person is never out of my sight, nor I am separated ever from him. This is India's message. A world which is divided on racial lines, on lingual lines, on religious lines, India's message is ekatmata, integration of personality, and personality to the extent, not only human beings. Europe, the old democracies in the world, they did not give women right to vote. Women had to struggle for decades, rather century, more than a century. They had to struggle. India, with 17% of literacy rate in 1947, we started our democracy with universal franchise. I'm not trying to say that Europeans are evil and we are very good people. No, that is not the point. Not at all. This is no comparison. Individuals are same everywhere. They have both sides. strange mixture of good and bad. And there is a constant struggle. How come India with 17% literacy gave women voting right in the beginning itself? Because Europeans culturally believed that women do not have soul. Atma nahi hoti unke andar. Black people do not have soul. Therefore, we have right to exploit them. The Indian culture says not only women and men have soul, but even plants and animals have soul. Even insects have soul. We have no right to hurt them. This is what Swami Vivekananda repeatedly said. This India has a message to give to the world. And I am confident, I feel certain that if we really start practicing these ideals, these values, we live these ideals, these values, then the world, there's so many things. Most of you people who are the men particularly, the dress which they are wearing, Europeans did not come here to preach that this dress is better than the dress. No, people find it more work-friendly. If you prove there is something which benefits human beings, they will rush towards you and would like to know from you what is it that has made your life so peaceful and so much better. So it is for us. We have every right to feel proud of our cultural legacy, but at the same time, we need to sit up and think whether, as inheritors of that great culture, are we doing justice with it? Each one of us, we can ask this question. At least we must have an understanding of our culture. Then only we can try to live that. So, this is one of the important point here. Shiksha ka bhartiya karan aapne kaha. Shiksha ka, there cannot be bhartiya karan ka matlab ye nahi hai that we want to adopt a narrow approach or narrow attitude. No. Our culture is very liberal. G20, we are saying Vasudev Kutumbakam. Ayam nich paroveti garna lagu cheta sam udar charita nam tu Vasudev Kutumbakam. And that is only from Hitopanishad. There are so many other from scriptural sources I'm talking of. I'm not talking of some literary works or classics. Pure scriptures which are considered scripture. Atmam sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmanam kirtalayam archai dan manabhyam maitri abhinain chakshusha. The Rishi, Kapil Muni, when he realizes after his great tapasya, when he has this experience, what Gita calls Brahma Samisparsham, then there is a hunger to share that experience with others. Nobody is in sight. Therefore, he calls his mother, who was sitting at some distance, and that's why it is called Kapil Dev Ahuti Samvad. He says that for everyone, treat this body, Deh, as Devalaya. This is the dwelling of God. Once you have internalized, and then he says, whatever way you can be helpful to the people, do it, and do it with a sense of hoping that, not hoping that you will get anything in return. This is India. This is India's culture. And I'm sure, finally I would conclude, this is so important mere imparting knowledge is not sufficient. The teachers, also the educational institutions, our syllabus, our curriculum must be fashioned in a manner where we can inculcate noble human qualities like compassion, kindness, and which is bound to come because if you believe in that integration of personality, ekatmata, then you realize that if you are not kind to the other person, if you try to hurt the other person, ultimately that hurt will come to you. So, therefore, what our thought leaders have said? They said, Sakcharo vipri tatve rakchaso bhavati dhurvam. A highly learned man, if he is devoid of moral values, ethical principles, then that learned person becomes menace to the society. And you can look at the history. It is not the illiterate people who have caused problems. It is highly educated. In fact, something which Dr. Bipin Chandra has written. He was a professor in Jawaharlal Nehru University. Leftist to the core, but not member of any party. He has written this. He says, I was doing PhD in Germany. And 1947, when country became free. And his German supervisor, professor, he said, many a time I said to him, sir, we have become free, but I am really fearful that with 17% of literacy, can we safeguard our freedom? And he has written this, that on 2-3 occasions, I repeated this. Then my German professor told me, Bipin Chandra, do not forget that when Hitler emerged in Germany, Germany had the largest number of PhDs in the world. So a country holding the largest number of PhDs, they produced Hitler, and illiterate Indians produced Gandhi. Again, not that Hitler as individual was, he was evil, or Mahatma Gandhi was born with. No, our culture, Mahatma Gandhi was product of our culture. He was product of the sanskars which were given to him by his mother, by the society. I wish there we can find some way out, where through our syllabus, our curriculum, we can impart these great values. And here, good number of ladies are sitting there. So Dr. Radhakrishnan says that compassion, eko rasa karuna eva. There is the only real joy in life. There are so many things which give you joy. You enjoy them. But that enjoyment is momentary. The only thing which gives you lasting joy is an act which is done out of compassion. And Dr. Radhakrishnan says that this compassion, if we want to live a civilized existence, then we must cultivate the quality of compassion. And further he says that to a woman, compassion comes naturally because she is Janni. Man must make conscious efforts to cultivate this quality. I again congratulate you, Vaishya Sahib, and the organization for taking the lead and organizing this conclave. And I hope and pray that the deliberations here will be very fruitful, and you will not only share the best practices and decide to adopt them, but you will show paths to even those who are not attending this conclave. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Valle nanni. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Governor Ji, for navigating our thoughts on a rich Indian culture. Your remarkable address has ignited a sense of enthusiasm and motivation within us. Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu sir, to felicitate our Honorable Governor with a shawl and a memento. I also request, sir, to felicitate Dr. Abhay Jera, Vice Chairman of AICTE, with a shawl and a memento. Now I request, sir, to felicitate Professor Prasad Krishna, Director of NIT Calicut, with shawl and memento. I request, sir, to felicitate Shri Santosh Kumar N, Deputy Commissioner KVS, to honor the guest with shawl and memento. Thank you, dignitaries. To bring this eventful day to close, we are privileged to have Dr. N.C. Induchudan, the esteemed State President of Vidya Vyasa Vikas Kendram, Kerala, to deliver vote of thanks.
Good morning to you all. We are coming to the closing session of this noble function. It is my privilege to express our gratitude, deep sense of gratitude to all the dignitaries on the dais and of the dais. We are very happy that Honorable Governor, Sri Arif Muhammad Khan ji, has expressed the words of wisdom. And he has said about our culture, our Sanatana Dharma. And all the words that he has uttered, everything was gems for us. And always we have been looking towards you in the news, and we have been looking with high expectations and inspiration for us. And with the deep sense of gratitude, I touch your feet and express my gratitude, sir. Such a wisdom that you have poured on us. And the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu, has always been in front for organizing this, meticulously organizing things and guiding us in all these matters. And thank you, sir, for the noble leadership. Then Sri A. Vinod ji is a member of the National Monitoring Committee of Minority Education, and he has been the inspiration for our work here of Vidya Vyasa Vigasa Kendra. Thank you, Vinod ji, for the name. Then Professor Dr. Abhay Jera ji, Vice Chairman of AICT and Chairman of the Innovation Committee for Education in the Ministry of Education, for his wise words. Thank you, sir. Then Professor Prasad Krishna ji has also expressed beautifully. After his joining, I have heard 3 or 4 of his speeches, and we are expecting much for the guidance of the work of the Vidya Vyasa Vigasa Kendra for him also. Such a able leadership and guidance. So. Then Sri Santosh Kumar ji is the Deputy Commissioner of Kerala, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sankadan. Thank you, sir, for taking pains to come to us and guide you. Then, Sri, I cannot express, no words to express the cooperation and the efforts and the pains the staff of this Central University has taken for organizing this function and making it a grand success. You are yet to see the further things. People like Amrit, then our Mustafa ji, and all the staff of this university is worthy of recognition and appreciation, and other eminent personalities like Swamiji, Krishnadas ji, President and Secretary of the Engineering College Associations, and almost all the All India organization, NIOS, NCT, AICT, every organization has helped us and supported us in this. And I express my thanks to all, and other institutes, heads of institutions, and the representatives of different institutions, schools, colleges, and national institutes who has joined with us, who has taken this chance to utilize the opportunity of showcasing their ideas, showcasing their best practices to support the efforts or the vision of GYANOTSAV to show the best practices for other people, other institutes, and to realize or achieve the objectives of the national education policy through this GYANOTSAV to make India a vibrant knowledge hub of the world. Thank you everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now let us all rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
All the delegates, kindly stay here. Delegates, kindly be seated. Our Honorable Governor is leaving the hall, so all the delegates kindly be seated here.